All right. Welcome to Rich Conversations. I am joined all the way on the other side of the country in Los Angeles by Timothy Hayden. Welcome.
It's always good to be here.
Yeah.
Uh,
Where to begin? You're a published author now.
One, I'm so excited about that, and I was just telling my family if the book make it makes it to the house today. I want them to meet me after work tomorrow, so I can have it here because I want to. Well, the first, I want to have it here to be able to read it and really just like, wow, like this is something
Yeah,
I've
yeah, feel it.
truly,
You gotta
yeah,
hold it, man.
I have to, right? But then also too, like my therapist in a way, she wants to read it and have it in her office on her bookshelf and, possibly help advertise it and everything. So, I'm gonna give her, I want to give her that first copy, kind of like a gift, just for the amazing person that she's been. Um, but I'm really excited because you know, uh, and then you pointed it out. Like, so I messed up when I posted it on my story, and like I didn't have the link. Like, I guess I thought I put the link in the comment below, but that wasn't the actual link. So I had a
Yeah.
few people that messaged me, was like, "Hey, can you send me the link and this and that?" So I was sending the link to people. Um, but it felt so like I felt so much satisfaction, like I've actually done something, worthwhile, and it's like I'm really focusing on my purpose. That felt,
Yeah.
man, it felt good. And I really just can't wait to finally have the book in my hands and just like, wow, like this is what I put work into doing.
Yeah. It says it's out for delivery right now. Um, Arriving today. If I click on
Yes.
track package, yeah, it has out for delivery checked.
Well, nah,
It doesn't it doesn't give a time though.
long
Sometimes
as
it
it
gives a
comes
time.
today, long as it comes today, that's all that matters. And it's gonna be, man, that's all I wanted. It comes today, I'll get it tomorrow, and man, man, I'm so excited, man. I'm proud of just what you and I have been like doing just like these
Yeah.
past months since I've been like fully back. Like my sister, she was like, I'm proud of y'all because I told her I had to go because we have our Zoom meeting at this time. And she knows like once a week we always have our Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
So because she asked me, she was like, "Well, what are you gonna be doing today?" I'm like, "Well, I have my group meeting here today at 8:30 just to discuss a certain things." And then I was like, me and Rich has our have our Zoom meeting at 10. And then at 11, I'm getting ready to go to these Culver City stairs and work out. And she was like, "Man, like you and Rich, y'all been working. Like I'm really like proud of y'all." And this and that. I'm like, "Yeah, we want to start our second series and then go over that." So it's just like it's been feeling really good, like really good. Like,
Do you feel like you have some momentum, like
yeah,
energy, inertia,
nah,
kinetic
nah.
energy?
I feel like the momentum for sure. I have momentum because, and I think it's good that we're starting the second series now and not giving it a break.
Second book of the series.
Yeah, the second book of the series, and really what I'm doing is like I'm just juggling all these other things as well with it. And I guess to keep that momentum, but to not go so fast of a pace to where I feel burnt out, right? Because like we have our second book, and then I'm still working on my poems, that I at least try to get out. And I also have like this storytelling event in September that so I'm working on a 5 minute story, a truthful story of anything, and I'm gonna put my name in this hat. And if my name is called, I gotta go up there, I gotta go on stage and tell my story from memory for at least 5 minutes. And just to be in this type of environment, it's like I'm like it's like that saying, like you create your own path. And it's like I feel like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. And it's like when I posted the book on my story, I had this young lady. She was talking like, oh, she was the first one. Like, what is the link? And oh, you wrote a book. What type of book is it? Philosophy. She's like, man, that's really good, and this and that. That's like inspiration for me to write a book, because I've always been thinking about writing a book herself. And, you know, just that, like, and that's always I've always been aiming for it. Is just to be that inspiration, for just one person out there. It's like, you can do anything you set your mind to, as long as you stay focused and you really devote yourself to whatever that task is, and man, like it's just everything. Like I've been trying to like since I've been here to this program and the things we got going on, and man, it's been feeling like I'm seeing it in a way. I'm really seeing it in a real way of like my purpose. Like I'm really
Yeah,
focusing
it
on my
feels more
purpose. Like
material.
I, yeah, like I had from when I was sitting in the cell, I had everything planned out, and yeah, maybe everything didn't go according to plans or whatever the case may be. But for the big picture of it, it's like things are still falling into place, at its right time.
Hmm.
You know, it's like I came here. I was like, you know what? I want to find a job. I want to be able to work, save money, so I can fully be established when I get out. But also as well too, I wanted to still stay on my writing, work on getting a book published. Which
Check,
and it's
check.
crazy because oh yeah, no, and it's crazy because okay, so I wrote an essay book at a time, and I think we did have a conversation about that. So it was a 60-page essay book, and I did want to get that published. And I was like, when I get out, I want to really work on that. But it's just crazy because we end up publishing our book together, and I really chose that over like the want or prioritizing like, okay, dudes, they get out, they've been going, dudes that have been incarcerated for so long, and when they get out, it's like the first thing that's on their mind is like, okay, I want to have sex, either with my girl, a female,
Hey,
this and
I
that.
don't blame him.
Yeah, nah, okay. But me, like, my whole priority was like, I really want to get my book published. Like, I want to find a job, I want to be able to work, I want to get something published, and then that'll
Yeah.
come later when I find the right person to connect with. But and this has been more meaningful. Like, really,
Yeah.
like this is what I produced. Like, I came home and this is what I was able to produce. Like, this is what I was able to set my
See,
focus
you're
my mind.
feeling this now, but you haven't even held it yet. That's gonna be
Exactly,
the
man.
difference.
It's like, look, like this is what I manifested. Like, I put the time in, and it's like there was no BS. I manifested this. Like, but it's really just a pat on my back. Okay, it's the first book. So, and I like okay, it goes back to momentum. Like, okay, yeah, it's like when you get a first tattoo. It's like you get a tattoo and it's like, yeah, the first one, oh, that's cool, you got a tattoo. But then over a while, it's like, okay, you have a tattoo. Like, are you gonna get more or this and that? And it's like, so at that point, it's like now it's like I want to keep building that momentum. Like, okay, I want to make another book, then another book, and another book, and another book, because within, let's just say, 2 years, be like, man, like he's written books. Like that's
Yeah.
now, like that's impressive. Like for me, I feel like me personally, like that's really impressive. Like, yeah, he's an author. Like he's a writer, he's an
What
author.
is impressive now? Like, if you were to look at an author, like what's impressive? I don't know.
From an author's point of view, I would just say the authors that have more than 200 books written.
Let's see how many have done that.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot. For
I don't
sure,
think
there's a
so.
lot. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of
Because
authors out there.
there was this sports writer who died recently, and he wrote 40, and everybody was making a big deal out of 40.
Yeah. Mm.
How many authors?
I think Ernest Hemingway probably wrote like I think he has like I think he has over probably like 200 stories, maybe. I don't know if they all of them
No,
was published.
I think you're way overestimating.
Oh, for real? Well, I might be. But I think that's impressive though, still. Yeah. That's impressive.
You know who has the most? You're
Who
not gonna get this.
who has the most?
Ron Hubbard,
I'm
the
not,
founder of Scientology.
oh, for real? Wow.
Y-
How many books does he has written?
Well, it says okay, so this is authors. I'll share my screen.
That's crazy. You was talking about Scientology. I was thinking about that, so I wanted to like get into that, like understand Scientology.
I think it's valuable to understand different religions.
Yeah.
Um, R.L. Stein, Goosebumps. Those are the
Published
only two that
300.
I
Look,
know on here.
okay, but
What?
look, published 300 and more books. R.L. Stein, Barbara Cartland, published books 723 and more. Wow.
I'm at what am I at now? Blue Byron Books has
I
published
think even
25. Under my name, I've done 18, I think.
that's still good.
Yeah. By the end of
I
the year,
think
it's going to be
I
a
seen
crazy number.
the dude that you talked about that started Scientology. I think I seen 200 right there with him.
Yeah.
So it's like that's a pretty like see
Sizable
that's
amount. I don't know.
yeah
It
like
depends.
that's impressive to me. To me, that's impressive.
Yeah. I don't view publishing one a year as impressive at all. But I
What
think
do you
that's
view
what
as
traditional publishers will do. And I
published one a
think
year?
like in terms of physics, I don't think it's so slow. It's like a sloth-like pace. It's
Publishing
way
one.
too conservative. It's like fear.
What would you say is impressive to publish a year as a foreign author?
We should break it down into like millennials because I feel like today is different than before. So, I mean, to most people, one book is impressive, right? Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I guess there's like t there's two questions. There's like total books, and then there's also like how many has one done in one year? Like I think those are two separate stats.
Mhm.
Um, this year I'm going for like in a year that stat, which will be very close to my total because it will only be like I only published 4 books before this year, and now I'm at like 18 authors. But I've done um like the rich edition of these classic books, but I don't
Mhm.
think technically that counts because like F. Scott Fitzgerald is the author, you know.
Yeah.
So like of author myself, I think I'm at 18, but I've been involved with 25 books.
So like for me, the reason why, okay, so over 200, um, the reason why I say it's impressive, right? Let's just say with us, like just what we've written so far, it's the fact that we took time out of our days when we could have been doing anything else, right?
Hmm.
To put our to put our thoughts on paper and to organize it in a way and structure it in a way to where we created just our own personal book. And now this is going to outlive us long before we're gone, you know? And other authors that do that, where it's like, whether they're a fictional writer, sci-fi writer, whatever genre, and the fact that it's like this is what they say they do, and it's like the fact that okay, it's not well for a lot of people, right? And I'm not just gonna just categorize like my peers or you know people I personally know. I'm not just gonna single people out, but I know there are like some people who say like, "Hey, I want to be a rapper," but you make a few songs and it's like you never made an album, and then it's like, how serious, are you with your work? Or we know, well, I personally know rappers where it's like they were like this one hit wonder, song was on the radio and it had a moment, but years later, it's like you don't hear about them no more. And it makes me question like how serious were you, with your career? So when an author has, and it don't really have to be 200, it could be 100 or um
Hemingway is 25 to 30. I just looked.
okay, so he's between that. Uh but even still, like just that right there, and I guess what before he passed away or whatever, so it ended between 25 and 30. Um, but that's how serious he was into his writing though. So it's like all the way until his death, you know.
Yeah.
And for me, okay, even that, right? Let's just say it was 30. To me, that's still impressive because it's like I've met people who've come to me and say, "Hey, like I started writing something, but I never got around to finishing it, and it's like I just haven't found that motivation, or I don't have like, I guess it stems from belief. Like people really don't have that belief if the
Yeah.
book is going to be good or not." And me personally, like now I realize, like regardless if what you write or what you create is good or not, you created it. That's
Yeah.
something you create versus, the average person who only wish or dreams about creating something but never do it because it's like it's that fear of the failure, like as you always talked about, that fear of failure or the fear of criticism from peers, close friends, family members, where it's like, oh, what you're gonna write is not gonna be that good. Nobody's gonna buy it. Whatever the case may be, it's not gonna be perfect. When you just have to put it out and see, just create it and see because somebody might like it. And even if one person like it, then you created something that at least one person, loved or one person resonated with.
Yeah.
And as time go on, it's like you're gonna get better. Like, when I go back to like how I listen to my motivational speakings in the morning. So like Andrew Tate is talking about universal truth. It's like if you constantly go to the gym every day, your only outcome is you're going to get stronger. So if you constantly write every day or you engage in your craft every day, and if you're an author, you call yourself a writer, and you're creating these books every day, you're only going to get better through time. It's and that's just the natural science. It's inevitable because you worked on this craft for so long. Every day you put in the hours to write however many words you write a day, you only get better.
Yeah. And then there'll be a level of like um confidence or like your high expectations eventually become your norm. So then you're constantly setting higher and higher expectations for yourself to meet because that's who you are. That's how you approach life and that's how you operate. So imagine like as you keep growing, your high expectations compared to like someone who hasn't started, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's just astronomical. Like now I don't get much joy from like publishing a book and then like holding it. Like I have loved like working with you and Anna, whose poetry book we just published, like to me, that's been really invigorating and providing me energy is like now helping others
Right.
experience that and elevate
Yeah.
what they're doing. And then like how we're designing an ecosystem and it's growing. That's cool. I
Well, if
gotta
you
send you
think
one of
like,
these. I got these are notebooks.
oh, to write in,
Yeah. It's got quotes in it from some of my favorite people. So
oh, open it.
I'll send you that. I sent you the first I would say keep that copy that I'm sending you that's coming today.
Yeah.
My intention was for you to look at it. Let me know if there's anything obviously
Like
incorrect in
wrong.
it.
Yeah.
I don't think there will be, but then I'll order author copies and
Okay.
then send them out.
All right.
Because
Let
those,
me,
if ordering author copies, I can buy them at printing cost rather than retail price.
okay. Yeah, I seen like, it's like, man, $20. Like so that's gonna be, and that's a fair price. That's a fair price on Amazon. I think that's fair.
It is.
Um,
I mean, it's like we should set our own prices, you
nah,
know?
for real.
Instead of like what I have found with traditional publishers is they're all competing for the bottom. Like, how can we be the cheapest price for a consumer to buy?
Right.
And like they're all like competing each other to lower their prices. It's like this is phenomenal art. This is great work. This is the price. If you don't like it, then don't buy it. It's that simple, you know?
Yeah. Nah, that's for real though. For real. But I just love it though because when I write, it just takes my mind like away from my emotions because I feel like my emotions they cloud my reality. So when I write, everything I'm writing is all like logical. And when I'm like that, it's just like I'm accepting reality for what it is. Like no, like it's black and white with a little bit of gray area. It's not as colorful as maybe the average person wants it to be, but it's like it has beauty in it, but there are some like raw and uncut areas that we just have to accept, living down here and just adapt to it and, you know, try to make the best of what we got, and that's how
Yeah.
like when I write, it's like I look at it like it's always getting me to my logical side. There's a quote, me and I consider him like a financial advisor. So and he's from Pakistan and we send each other well, he started off sending me quotes, positive affirmations every day. And then just recently I started to find some of my own and, send something back to him. And it was one that it was one that stood out with me the most. Um and this one I think you'll like it. I might start sending you some too. Like, but it was like, okay, so this is a harsh truth. A man who prioritizes love over his purpose will lose both.
Yeah, I can see that. I see that.
Yeah. It's like, and I was like, man, like it's just I like looking at stuff like that because it just reminds me, And it's like it's always, the fear of missing out. It's like, okay, I want what I used to have because friends and stuff like that had it, but it's like I'm never missing out because what I'm creating is like so phenomenal in its way. It's like is to me personally, like regardless of how everybody else feel, it's gonna be impressive. Like even with my storytelling, like if my name gets pulled out of this hat and I'm on stage telling a story in front of whether it be 30 to 50 people, to me, that's so impressive because it's like just Rich, like just being in my situation, bro, it's like I'm a long way from the sale. I'm a long
Yeah.
way. And
Yeah.
I visualized this stuff. And it's like everything is like in its own time is coming into fruition. And it's like, I just love it. Love it.
Elaborate on visualization. What do you mean by that?
So I used to sit in my cell and like I probably mentioned to you before. So in my room, like before I started working in my room, sometimes if I'm not reading or writing, I like sit in my room where it's silent, right? You'll probably just hear my fan that because my fan stays on. But I sit in my room in silence and I just think about stuff. So I used to do that in my cell where sometimes I just sit in silence. You know, a lot of people, and I'm not saying this to be bitter or miserable, it's like it is what it is. I accept it. You know, to some people, I never had much to offer them unless it was drugs or something like that. But so a lot of dudes will walk past my cell and, you know, treat it as nobody was in there, right? So I'm like, okay, it's cool. So I would sit in my cell though. I will write down whatever I was working on, my poems, essay book, short story. You know, I will write. And when I take a break, I would just sit down and visualize when I come home, like me being on stage, reciting one of my poems, or me being on stage, you know, telling a short story or something like that. And it's like everything that's involved in my writing. It's like I'm visualizing this, like even us working together, like in person, us sitting, whether it be a museum, a library, a cafe, and working on like our next book, like just the whole structure of the outline and the cover design, you know, the dedication, the introduction, the eulogy, like everything like, you know, that involves in authorship, right? The whole journey. I would visualize it, you know, and even other businesses that I have going on. Like I used to sit in my cell and just visualize it and just say, man, just regardless of how things seem right now, and even how things might seem in the future, really remain focused on what I'm doing, you know. And for me personally, like, I have to, I had to give up a lot of stuff, like a lot of vices I was once, you know, overindulging in, you know, smoking weed and just hanging with certain people that all they want to do is just hang out. You know, I had to really let that go and not care what they would think because I'm not giving them as much time as I used to do. You know, like I'm really being comfortable with giving myself the most time possible every day. You know, it's really finding comfort with spending time being alone because I'm working on everything I'm working on is to make me better and it's to make the world better, you know? It's to really like I feel like my purpose, like you say, like, you know, you get a thrill helping others experience what you first experienced when you first published your first book. And I realized, you know, we live in a universe that's interdependent. You know, everybody needs each other just to keep things spinning and to keep things thriving, you know, and I feel like I want to be a servant to others,
Yeah.
you know, and I feel like that's just what I chose my purpose to be. So whether it's I'm inspiring somebody through working out, I'm inspiring somebody through writing, you know, it's like I'm now just I'm visualizing all this and I'm staying focused on this path. And it's like I've come to the point where it's like old as, you know, friends, family, however they may feel. Like if they feel bitter about it, they feel some type of resentment about it, then oh well. Because the bigger picture is to bring as many people I can out of the dark and to inspire them to try to be a better you every day.
Yeah, that's great.
Because I wish I'd had somebody personally close to me back then do that for me. So since I didn't have that, I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm just gonna be it and try to be
Yeah.
that light for the next person.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
man.
It's
So
poetic.
yeah, man. So it's like, man, but I just really love what you and I have been doing and really just been like consistent about it. And I know like, yeah, my schedule has been like now that I'm working, everything has changed. But just the fact that it's like we can still figure out a way to go around it and still like continue like, okay, well, this is what we'll do.
What's
And
what's interesting, since I since I was like 23, I've always prioritized flexibility in my schedule over money.
mm,
Like time over money. I always prioritized it. So I could always like live modular in a way where I could like make things happen wherever. It wasn't like cemented in like this is my schedule every single day, every single week. It was like, oh no, if like okay, I want to meet up with that person 2 weeks from now. I'll put it here and then move this around. It's very flexible and fluid. Um,
yeah,
and I feel like over time, that's allowed me to like catapult with the accumulation. Um, and I still maintain that.
yeah,
So it's so hard to get rid of, I would say too. Like that would kill me if if I like all of a sudden had like this major cement structure in my weeks. Oh,
yeah, man. And that's really good. Like because I feel like okay, money comes and goes, but time is something you can't get back. So it's
right.
like,
That's we can all agree on that. That's a
yeah,
universal truth.
exactly. So and it's like some prioritize money over everything because it's like, and I think that probably results from that, fear of missing out or whatever. Like, okay, if I don't have money, I can't engage in these opportunities that come or whatever the case may be. And like, I get it, but it's like, you'll miss out on like the most important things in life, which I realized in prison, like I did so much just being away from family, watching, my little cousins and family members, get older through photos and stuff like that. Like I missed out on a lot. And, I used to look at my pictures and just see how much my grandmama was getting older. And I'm
Mm.
like, man, I'm missing out on birthdays and just all type of stuff, things that really mattered. And I was like, man, it's really like to me, like time is the most important, it's the most important thing, you
Yeah.
know. And I told a young lady this one time because she had a friend that passed away. Uh, you know, I'm like, when people pass away, we grieve, right? But like, let's really ask ourselves, like, what are we grieving about? Because death is promised to everybody. Now,
Right.
nobody can say when their time is coming, but that's a that's an absolute truth, right? That everybody can agree on that death comes to all. Like we
That
all
we
have
know of, that we
that.
know of, that's an absolute fact.
Yeah.
Death is
So
undefeated.
exactly. There's nobody that can escape it, right? Like Jesus himself couldn't even escape it,
Mhm.
And it's like hold on. So so it's like knowing that it's like what do we grieve off of when a person passes away? And I feel like, I believe that we're grieving off just like the time we really didn't get to spend with that person. The things that we
Mhm.
didn't get to do or the things we didn't get to say. to where it's like now it's like the person will never know or how we felt or just like the opportunities, we never really acted on, you know, with the person. So it's like that's why I feel like yeah, time is like the most precious thing. It's like we have to like try to do it. We got to try to live, as much the best time we can while we're down here on Earth. You know, and I never fully want to be so indulged into getting money where it's like I don't have time for my family or friends, you know?
Yeah. It's interesting. We had dinner last night and um my sister's family was over and I'm eating dinner at the end of the table with two of my nephews. I think one is 6 and one is 9. And so
Mhm.
they asked me if you were the richest person alive, if you had over $1 million, what would you do? What would you do? How would you spend your time? Something like that. And I go, uh, first, I'm not impressed with $1 million. So if I was a trillionaire, you mean? If I was a trillionaire, what would I do? And they're like, they didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So then first I said immortality, and then then that went over their heads too. So then it was like, no, what would you do? I said I would just do what I do. I would just go on a park bench and just observe the world. They're like, no, no, you have to. It's like a thing. You have to get a thing. And I'm like, but I don't want anything. I don't need anything. I have everything. And he's like,
Mhm.
no, 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 no. What would you do? I go, okay. I would go to the airport and I would sit down and I would just observe everybody coming and going. And then I would talk to somebody and then I would have them close their eyes and then point to a map. And then I would go there to where they pointed. I'd buy a ticket and then go there. And then they're like, but then what would you do after that? Then I would go at the airport, meet someone, have them point somewhere, and then I would go there and over and over. Um, but at one point, they're like, no, a thing, like a car, a house. And then I was like, when I'm old, I want to be able to walk up the stairs by myself with no pain. They go, no, 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 you have to buy, you have a thing. I was like, I don't need anything.
Some
It
people
was
don't.
just so, it was just so funny, you know?
Nah, but some people don't realize that. It's like there's some people in life that have all the
Grown-ups,
money.
adults,
Yeah,
don't
they
realize
like,
that.
yeah, like a lot of people, but you have those people that it's like, yeah, because I got money, it's like I can buy this, I can buy that, but I don't need it and I don't want it. Like, somebody was telling me about Bobby Fischer, chess player, where like he has over $1 million, but he chooses to be homeless.
Hmm.
And it's like to me now, I'm not gonna lie, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Like to know like I have I have a nice condo, I have millions saved up, but I'm comfortable with sleeping at a park or being in a tent,
Yeah.
and just living like a bum. Like people, the average person passes by me every day and look at me probably with disgust. Like, why don't you get a job or this and that? But not even knowing like who I am and I have more money than you and your significant other two put
Yeah.
together. And it's like I can really clean myself up and go buy me a luxurious car or go fly to an island and have no worries, like just because of who I am, but it's like I'm not, you know, I'm not emotionally attached to these material things. That's impressive. To like you say, like to go sit at an airport and like just observe people coming and going and like that just I don't know, that just gave me an idea. I would do something like that and come up with a story. I would find maybe two random people and just narrate their lives. not even knowing them.
Yeah.
Like I just come up with a story right there at the airport. I sit at the airport, watch people come and go, and be like, "Hey, you know what? I can create like a short story about a person."
I love
You know?
airports. Airports are, I like
Yeah.
that.
Like I would love to. I mean, don't give me if I probably had like money, I probably, I probably fly out to an island or something like that and just enjoy like the scenery or, try to,
I mean, I
just
can come up with a whole list of things that I would do with
yeah,
money. That's for sure. That's
yeah.
not a short list, but I'm just saying, I don't need any of it.
Nah, it's like, well, I look at it now like, okay, what am I? I'm not really, into like the clothes anymore. Like, I mean, there's like maybe tailored suits and casual wear attires that I might, I want to get. But outside of that, like back then, I did it for clothes and maybe a nice car. But outside of that, it's like what else is there to really like you
Yeah.
know give it away to charity, invest,
I
create. I
I
guess
often think I like to compare to the past. So like the people you read in the history books or the geniuses, say Da Vinci. I have traveled and experienced more places in the world in my life than Da Vinci ever has. He was just in Italy and France and maybe Switzerland. That's it. Like Louis the 14th. I don't know if he went outside France. You know what I mean? Like, and
yeah,
when you think about it, I got indoor plumbing, I got running, clean water. I can take a hot shower. I took a hot shower this morning.
yeah.
People couldn't do that back then. The kings and
No,
queens couldn't do that.
no, they
You
could
know?
not.
Like and then when you compare it that way, it's like, "Oh wow, I'm this is pretty incredible." Like
Right.
my family is alive, whereas like before it was a coin flip whether your sisters and brothers would live to adulthood, like we have a lot more than we've had before,
Yeah,
collectively. And I like to like use that mindset. Um, and at the same time, the other mindset is like, what will the future think of the things we do now and be like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that?
yeah. That's like, man, it's like I'm really excited now to like once this ankle monitor is off me to really like go live life,
What are the
and
logistics of that? Is it on you like you can't take it off at
nah,
all?
nah, I shower with it. Hold on.
So like hygiene wise, is it like pretty nasty down there or what?
Nah, nah.
So it's
Let's
not
show.
that tight? How tight is it? That's pretty big. That's loose.
Yeah, it's not that. Yeah, it's not tight on me. It's waterproof, so I can get in the shower with it. I don't have to put like a bag over it or nothing like that.
Does it keep
Uh,
track of your steps and your heart rate and stuff?
nah, that's what my watch is for. That it does
I know
that.
it'd be interesting if an ankle monitor did
Nah,
that too.
it just keeps track like for the parole agents. Like if I'm not,
GPS.
yeah, basically a GPS. Like if I'm not going to my destination, like say work wise, if I'm not leaving here going straight to work and back, like if I deviate somewhere, then they'll know, and it's like that's gonna get me sent back to prison.
Does it light up or something?
Nah,
Or no?
it'll buzz, and if it buzzes, then that means they want me to come up to their office, and then they either gonna tell me like, "Hey, like, why did you go over here?" and we sending you back to prison, or sometimes it just could be that they want to change out my ankle monitor or something like that. It could be that. Uh, yeah. Oh, what's up, Andy? Yeah. So it could be something like that, and
So your option, that's a pretty big fluctuation between like you're going back to prison and oh, we got to change the battery on this.
yeah, nah. So yeah, that's the whole thing. It just always keep track on us. If I cut this off right now, then they'll consider that as an escape, and they're
Yeah.
gonna like. Yeah, that even let's
Yeah,
just say even if I didn't go anywhere, right, they're still gonna consider that as an escape. I cut it off and yeah, back to prison.
it's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like I
That
just
that
try to
really is like the sort of Dema Damascus, something like that.
the sword hanging like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
one false move
yeah,
for sure. So it's like
yeah,
I try to just remind myself why am I here and just to like even though there's certain things I do that I'm not supposed to do, but I still try to just be smart about it and like just still live life, man.
yeah,
Like the other day when I went to the Angels game, it was just I was out there just thinking like, man, can't wait to like, be doing more things like this, like to get
yeah,
out and
yeah,
knowing like, hey, it's like, man, I've worked so hard to where I can enjoy myself, go to a game and eat some nachos, have a beer, and then just, enjoy the time and go home and, the next day go to work, go
yeah,
to work. Like, man, I had a good time. It's like
yeah.
things like that. Like I look forward to more days like that. And even right now, like going to these stairs just to get a workout in. I just love it. Like, days like when it's my days off, it's like I'm not really taking a day off. Like
Yeah.
I'm still being active. I'm still doing things that I feel like are important to me. Some people would just sleep in, it's their day off or whatever the case may be, watch a movie. It's like for me, it's none of that. It's still, you know, go work out. It's still, work on your next poem or work on the next book. It's still, it's still work, even when I don't
Yeah.
have work. And I like it though. To me, I feel fulfilled doing it.
Yeah. That's great. That's a
Yeah.
great place to leave off too. Thanks again. Yeah, I love these weekly chats we do.
Yeah. Man, feels good.
Yeah. And this is a significant one, you're officially published. So it's fun. I'm energized to hear how it goes when once you felt it in that
Oh, in my hand?
experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure, I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah. All
For
right. Well,
sure.
thanks again.